Hello there folks, welcome back to the Chap's Guide. My name is Ash and I'm your host on this journey through men's style, self-development and personal grooming. I am here to help you on your individual path to Chap Nirvana, and I share my journey on that same path with you too. So today I'm going to do my autumn everyday carry for 2022. Now, I don't often do two of these EDC videos in the same 12-month period, but I did do one on this side of the new year in early 2022. However, the reason I'm doing an EDC now is because my everyday carry has changed enormously since the last one. There are a few common items still in there, but I thought I'd take the opportunity to share with you some items that have come into my EDC which have definitely improved my situation. Now, what is staying from the earlier EDC you saw is my leather valise. I carry a leather bag most of the time in the winter and cooler months. I tend to carry a smaller briefcase, leather briefcase, in the summer months, but in the winter I need more room to carry things around. So this is a Paul Costello leather valise or hold-all. I find it's perfect. It's actually a bit of a weekend bag, but it allows me to get everything I want to carry around with me in there whilst remaining rather stylish in its appearance, because leather, it just adds class to anything, I think you'll find. So let me tell you what I carry in that bag normally to get me through life. For a start, let's talk about my book. I've always got a book with me in case I'm, I don't know, traveling somewhere, sat on a train, sat on a bus. One of my great pieces of advice to people is that self-development starts within yourself, and a great way of improving lots of things, your comprehension, your spelling, lots of things, just your greater knowledge of the world, is to read. It's something that can be achieved every day. Even if you read just a page every day, you will learn something every day. So I've always got at least one book on the go, and this is a non-fiction book. It's called The End of the Road by Jack Cook. It is basically a book about one man who's interested in the topic of death. Sounds strange, but basically he buys an old hearse, a funeral vehicle, and he travels around the UK visiting various quite famous grave sites, and in so doing he travels around the UK and we learn more about various different places of burial and so on. It sounds a bit morbid, but actually I quite enjoy it. It's an interesting book, and I'm halfway through it at the moment, so I can recommend it already. It's going to be a good one. Also, well, to allow me to read my book, tragically, I've come to an age where I need to carry my reading spectacles. But not wishing them to be sort of knocked around in the pocket, I went on Etsy, that great website for finding unique items, and I commissioned a leather maker that I found on there to make for me this wonderful leather eyeglass case, which was made, he was a Ukrainian leather maker, and this particular case was all handmade. As you can see, fairly good quality leather, nice, convenient. It's got a little slot on the back which allows you to keep things like business cards or anything else that you want close to hand. And the beauty of this, because I directly asked a leather maker myself to make it, $20 US. $20 US. So a fabulous price for something which I hope, well, it could be with me for the rest of my life with a bit of luck, because it's a well-made, nice piece of leather, keeps my glasses nice and secure, so I can read that book whenever I need to. Also, talking about eyewear, and this is something which was in the last video, I still carry my Entourage of 7 Beacon sunglasses. And they are still doing a fantastic job. So even in the autumn, when you get a day, but you've got a low sun, something like that, particularly when you're driving, what you need is some nice sunglasses. And having worn these for an entire year now, I can advocate these are the best pair of sunglasses I've ever owned. Particularly the quality of the lenses. Really good quality glass in there, and it really does justify what is quite an expensive price of about $300 US, but I anticipate these are going to be my sunglasses non-prescription, for, you know, a decade. So I don't mind paying quality for quality items. You don't have to invest a fortune to get something which works well for you. Now, also when I'm out and about, I like to keep my journal with me. Now, I'm not a diary keeper as such, but what I keep my journal with me for is to capture ideas, to write down thoughts. And although I don't have scripts for the videos I make here on YouTube, I do keep my thoughts in one place where I might have an idea and I evolve it, I write about it. And for me, very much writing things down is part of the creative process when I think about videos. So all of my videos are written in here, and the journal I have recently converted across to is a Leuchtturm. So I used to use the Moleskine journals and pretty much their whole collection. I used to use a Moleskine diary as well, but I thought I'd have a punt and I tried this Leuchtturm journal, which I bought earlier this year. It's slightly larger than the Moleskine, and the paper stock which it's made of is definitely of better quality. The Leuchtturms, I believe, and they will tell me because I know there's a little note inside, the paper quality is 80 GSM, and that is higher than the Moleskine. So you do get a better quality experience when you're writing using a fountain pen on that paper in these Leuchtturms. The ink doesn't bleed through to the next page. It's much better quality. I'm an absolute convert to the Leuchtturm, and as a consequence, even though I'm still using a Moleskine diary for 2022, I'm already carrying next year's diary with me. This is a Leuchtturm 2023 diary, because my work often means I book lots of things in advance. I'm already booking things for 2023, so the primary diary I'm carrying around at the moment is my new Leuchtturm, hardback, really high quality, same quality paper, just an altogether better writing experience on that Leuchtturm paper. Everything's just slightly better quality and at roughly the same price. Round about, I think it's about 20 pounds or, no it's not, it's less than that. It's about 16, 17 pounds for the journal. And as a journal lasts me about 4 months, that's not bad quality. I really think that's a better investment. To allow me to write in that diary, just recently I've taken to carrying a couple of different pens. At the moment, and I change my pens frequently as I'm going through different phases, I'm packing a Lamy Safari, the old classic, everybody's favourite, everybody's starting point into good quality fountain pens, about £20 a pen, and I'm enjoying using a broad nib on my pens at the moment. I used to use a medium nib, but I'm finding the slightly more cursive experience of writing with a broad nib to be to my taste. And I've got one Lamy with black ink, so quite formal, quite stark contrast with the paper. Alongside that Lamy Safari, I'm carrying a TWSBI Swipe. Now this is again another fountain pen that was brought out last year, and in this pen again it provides a very smooth writing experience, and in this pen I keep fueled up with an ink called Writer's Blood, which has got a brown sort of deep red colour. Very pleasing to my eye. It's only a medium nib on this one, so perhaps more functional for speedy jotting, but that one provides a really good writing experience. I think it's in the sort of £20 category, so in the fountain pen world, very modestly priced. Keep them in this little inexpensive leather pen holder. Make sure they don't get knocked around or leak or anything. Perfect for carrying in the bag. So those are my writing and reading instruments really. Also, I've taken recently to carrying a case in which I have my GoPro. I'm carrying a GoPro, this is a Hero 8, so a couple of years old. Really good quality. I'm finding it on the sort of GoPro issued mount. Great if I'm out and about and I may wish to provide some material for a video or some B-roll, or I want to even film some material using just a GoPro. I've got it in the sort of medium mount, and so it's got the microphone facing backwards, forwards. It's ideal for your sort of impromptu filming opportunities, and because it's so small, light, man portable, contained in a little bag with a spare battery in there as well, in my valise. Don't even notice it's there, yet I'm equipped if I encounter a situation which I think I'd like to film. So it's autumn here in the UK. We're converting over to autumn clothing. Also, the accessories need to come with me too. So for me, gloves, always got a pair of leather gloves with me. And for years now, my favorite gloves have been by a small glove maker from my own county of Somerset. And this is my Southcombe gloves down in Somerset. They're unlined military gloves, these are, but I find the very tactile fit because they're unlined. You can operate things. They are just perfect for me. And because they're unlined, they're very modestly priced. I think they're in the region of £30 a pair. I've had this pair for 3 years, wear them pretty much every day, and I got to be honest, it's hard to see any signs of wear. So yeah, I'm very pleased with those. Also, in the winter months in this country, being a man who is tragically bereft of hair, I need to carry a hat. My hat of choice is a flat cap. It's pretty much suitable for any situation, quite casual, yet keeps the head dry and warm. This is a tweed flat cap, very simple one, purchased from probably Marks and Spencer's, the UK's favourite clothing store. Probably 20 quid's worth when I bought it. I've had it for, must be getting on for 10 years. And again, tweed hat's going to last forever, keeps the head warm, looks cool. What more can you want? Along with that, I normally carry some sort of scarf. When we're in the depths of the cold weather, I will typically carry a woolly scarf, but right now, because it's early autumn, I'm carrying a silk scarf for aesthetic purposes only, and this is a silk scarf by a manufacturer called Soho Scarves. I've been using that company for years. They provide excellent pocket squares and scarves, and this is one of theirs. I just love the colour. It brightens up whatever you're wearing, just puts a bit of pizzazz into it, I think. Now, heading into the winter and cooler months, there are other things you need to consider. And for me, one thing I've started carrying around for this time of year is a little pocket portable torch, because I live in as you can see, a fairly rural environment. There's not much street lighting, so when I turn up to my house, I need to find a keyhole to put my key into the door, and when I'm walking around, maybe to my car or around the grounds, I want to make sure I'm not stepping in anything unpleasant, so a little pocket torch is perfect for me. And this is a torch by the brand called Olight. Very popular with everyday carry fans, and for good reason. They've got a huge range on their site, and I think they're very approachably priced. This little Olight torch has got a single AAA battery inside, yet it's got quite a reassuring weight to it, which you know it's in your pocket. It gives you confidence. It's quite solid, quite rugged. It's got a little push action click at the top, which turns the light on, which is ideal for when you need it. And I love the fact that the clip on it also allows it to be clipped onto maybe the brim of a baseball cap or some other form of hat, which gives you a sort of an impromptu head torch. I recently got this Olight, and they're running a special offer at the moment, so I'm going to put that link down below. You may be able to get some money off if you're interested in the Olight torch. So far it's working out very well for me. It's a very pleasing addition to my everyday carry. Now, in my back pockets I carry my phone. I'm still packing the iPhone 12 mini, which is perfect for me, ideal for any communication, but still ideally suited for carrying about one's person. I don't like these huge phones which are not really man portable. They have to go in a bag or something like that, or they're so big if you carry them in a pocket they dominate your clothing and spoil the drape of your clothing. But for me, the little iPhone 12, which I've had for 2 years now, is a great little compromise. Fits in the back pocket, doesn't affect the lay of my clothing against my body, and it looks great. And finally, my wallet. Now, this is a wallet which I've been delighted to carry for the last few months. It is a small leather card holder by British brand Harbour of London. I replaced my existing bifold wallet with this one just because I'm trying to downsize in everything I can. Carry as little as I can about my person. That means it doesn't spoil the drape of my clothing and things like this. So this little leather card holder from Harbour, which I've had personalised with the Chap on the front, is currently my wallet of choice. And yeah, it's bearing up very well, very comfortable, ideal for my personal needs. And yeah, that really doesn't affect me at all, slips into the pockets, so my everyday carry is complete. And the last item, almost forgot, a wristwatch. Always wear a watch, and as it's autumn, my watch of choice at the moment is my Rolex GMT Master 2 Root Beer. Now the reason I choose a root beer is because it has the colours of autumn. It's got the predominant sort of accents on the watch are picked out for us in this lovely Everose gold, as Rolex call it, which is a combination of gold and copper and platinum, I think, which gives it that distinctive antiqued coloration to it. And the bezel has a light coloured sort of chocolate brown with black delineating the hours, because it is it's a GMT watch, which allows us to keep track of 2 time zones at the same time. And from September onwards, that's often my daily wearer, because of the colours which seem so appropriate for this time of year. So there we go, folks. Those are my everyday carry for the autumn months of 2022. No doubt there will be changes, as I'm a fickle person, and when people suggest things to me, I will give them a try. I want to put a caveat on here, and none of the products I've talked about today are sponsoring me to talk about them or pay me to do anything at all on their behalf. These are genuinely the products which I carry with me every day and make use of. I just want to put that out there in case you're thinking some of these items have been slipped in and I'm trying to hawk them to you. That is not what we do here on the Chap's Guide channel. Integrity is our #1 virtue here. What you see is what I actually carry with me every day. So I hope you have found my everyday carry useful to see what I make use of, and you might think there are things here which could benefit me. If there are, I will put the links to many of these items in the show notes below. And that way, if you'd like to give them a try, you can. There's nothing here which is outrageously expensive, maybe perhaps the watch and the sunglasses are an extravagance, but truth is, the things which we make use of every day don't need to cost a lot of money. And in my case, they simply don't. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you'd like to see more like this. And if you'd like to help support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. The link to do that is in the show notes below. So until the next time, carry your EDC with confidence so that it makes your life an easier path to Chap Nirvana. And I will see you again very soon.